Welcome back. I'm playing Warhammer 40,000 Armageddon. And I have selected our forces last time. I just deployed them so you didn't have to watch me decide where I wanted to put all these guys. But we now have a bunch of rattling snipers to hopefully help us start getting some experience, because we're getting close to the end of Act 1. And at the end of Act 1 you have a huge battle of Hades' Hive, where you have to hold the line, and effectively it's impossible. So what the game wants you to do is pretty much suffer catastrophic losses, because then the Space Marines drop pod in and save you at the very end, and then after that mission you get all these requisition points to start getting Space Marines and the higher tier Steel Legion units. So they, unfortunately, for you to be able to not have such an emotional attachment to your highly experienced units, they effectively kill a lot of them. I remember being so angry about that after spending, weeks keeping these guys alive throughout the game on the very hard difficulty, just to have them just brutally massacred by the Orc onslaught. Now there are ways that you can set it up to minimize the losses, but again, you really are expected to suffer significant losses, because the Space Marines, as you can imagine, are just so much more powerful in terms of their infantry than all these Imperial Guard guys are. Like, I think their snipers just by themselves have higher hit chances, more HP, more armor. They just have superior stats all the way across the board. And I think they only cost like 50 extra, so it's not a lot of requisition points. So again, they really just want you to suffer a lot of losses to upgrade your units. So we took out the first artillery piece there. Now there are ways to try to maximize the points on that level. If you know when the drop pod's coming in, then you can start pulling back ahead of time, but it's not really that necessary. So we'll see how it feels. Ooh, shit. Luckily he had a bad damage roll there. We'll see how it feels on the hard difficulty, but for sure on the very hard it's impossible to hold. And maybe if you set up some roadblocks with weakened units, that will allow you to possibly not suffer catastrophic losses on the hard difficulty. But we'll see what it's like when we get there. I obviously know it's coming up, I think within the next couple of missions here. It seems like Act 1 on this game is the longest act, and then it rapidly tends to get quite short. Each act gets progressively shorter, as you would expect. And then by the end game, you're having the best late game units that just allows you to really breeze through a lot of the missions. Not that there's anything wrong with that, because this campaign is actually pretty long. I think there's always war bosses on these locations, if I remember correctly. Yeah, because we took one out up here, so I think the rest of them all have war bosses too. So you just gotta make sure you're always at least 4 tiles away from a war boss, because that's how long his vision is. Hate to waste your attack. I was gonna say, I seem to remember there being tank busters up here. Guess we can start shifting you guys over here. Yeah, a lot of these missions early on are pretty quick too. But as we start getting farther along into the game, obviously the missions are going to become more complex and more turns. So now we've got 25 turn missions instead of, 15. So obviously that makes the mission start to take longer. And that little transport there, as you can see, you can manually force your guys into the transport to get their range 2-3 weapons. But if you have them in a transport and they get attacked and the transport dies, then it goes on a percentage. So let's say you have 20 units, 4 transports, 1 transport's killed, then you're going to end up losing 25% of your forces out of the 20 units the following turn when it comes back. So sometimes that's not a big deal, other times it can be a really big deal if you're, say, using the Space Marines and you have them in a Rhino, or later in the game you'll have them in Land Raiders, and then there may only be a few Land Raiders, so the proportion of units killed significantly increases if the transport vehicle is destroyed. So yeah, can't attack anybody else, it looks like. But I do need to kind of move this up a little bit here. Because, I mean, it's already almost turn 10, and I've only taken out 1 artillery piece. So I think we just got to start shifting down here. I hate to feed these guys experience like we've talked about, but on a mission like this, I definitely need more attacks. Alright, let's move you up. Oh, alright, so there's not a war boss here. But there is a super heavy tank. Alright, good kill. Yeah, we're not going to be able to do enough damage there. I think with all those attacks, I didn't even destroy 1 super heavy tank there. Oof. Thankfully he had a bad damage roll there. Ah, here's another war boss up here. I wonder if I could aggro guys up here by sacrificing my bombers. Alright, doesn't look like we have to there. But I guess that would be an option if you wanted to get guys moving. Oh man, barely making any headway here on this damn tank. It's totally blocking me right now. Good. Unfortunately, I think we're going to have to wait another turn before we can start advancing. There we go. Start weakening down those Gretchen. That looks like a war boss. Good damage. And I think we just move in with you guys and start clearing that out because I need to advance. We're already on turn 10. I guess let's just start moving you guys up this way. Try to aggro some of these guys around. If I move you up to here, hopefully we should be able to kill this war boss. There we go. But I think there's another war boss up here, right? I don't recall if we killed the other one or not. Ah, we didn't. Oh, I hope I didn't just get you killed. I'm hoping that the Penal Legion should look like a much more attractive target, and it looks like it is. Alright, we're starting to cross into the city here. Slowly keep pushing. Question is, does he have other stuff there? Alright, these guys have one vision. So let's move you up. Start taking these things out. Let's just keep pushing you guys forward. Alright, you guys can focus down these frickin' tanks that are in our way. And artillery pieces. Alright, so we can kind of see some other units around here. So that's the super heavy anti-air variant. It's not very good. I mean, it can do some damage against light infantry, but it can't really do much against vehicles or anything else. Now, it could attack bombards and do damage, and probably damage salamanders too, but once I start getting higher tier units, it doesn't really matter anymore. Alright, let's keep moving over here. So we gotta definitely push. Not sure what's aggroing the Gretchen exactly. It's actually kind of confusing me. Alright, we got some tank busters up here. So we're slowly making some progress. Alright, let's keep moving forward. Looks like those are hard boys. Alright. Let's keep pushing over this way. You guys can keep coming over this way. Alright. Can't do a whole lot more. Just advance with you guys. Advance over here. Alright, we got 10 turns left. We've taken out about 75% of the map. So I guess that's pretty decent progress. I don't know if he's got more guys over here. He does not. Looks like that is not connected. Alright, War Boss, so we gotta kill him for sure. Alright, I guess you'll just go there. Alright, so I can kind of see what's going on here. Alright. Keep advancing you forward. We're definitely all jammed up right now. Not really liking that so much. How far do I put you? Alright, looks like that's open. Oh, alright. I guess I didn't even have to take all the points. I thought I did. Oh, we just had to kill the cannons.
You have dealt the Orc warlord a severe blow. Hades will stand much longer now we have destroyed the siege batteries, before the accursed things were even operational. Destroying the flak guns as well is a great boon. Although the skies will never be safe as long as the Orcs are here, we can at least capitalize on the lull you have created to begin an evacuation of non-essential personnel to Acheron Hive. Emperor willing, the shuttles should get away unmolested. I want you and your men on the last void ship. Take that useless commissar of yours with you.
Hades is doomed to fall, but at least we now have a small time frame to evacuate. Come with us, Commissar. The rest of Armageddon can use your leadership, or no, Commissar, we will stay with you. It is as you said, Hades needs every willing man.
My orders stand. You will get on that last ship. Remember, I despise waste and vainglory. The Emperor has use for you beyond Hades. Acheron will doubtless be under attack soon. I need someone mildly competent there to help defend it. You have come a long way since our first meeting, Commander. War has a way of fashioning greatness out of men that isn't always obvious early on. I've seen it before, but it is rare. You are one such example. Now go, help save this world.
Kill them! Kill them all!
Hello, Commander. You do get around, don't you? Alas, this looks to be the end. You have my personal good wishes in the impending engagement. Please forward them on to the citizens of Acheron. I send a gift of 20 of my personal bodyguard. I've had enough of their chuntering about a lack of action, so I send them to you. Station them on the front gates, and ensure they are the first to see the action they crave. I would send the Emperor's blessings, but I can't see how that will help. Farewell.
Yet again, Commander, I am forced to question your motives. You have taken us from one hopeless situation to the next. At least in Hades Hive, we were operating under the auspices of Yarrick. How can we affect things here? The Orcs are striking in greater numbers than we have ever seen. By the light of Ophelia, look! They're coming! Commander, order the men to defend the Hive!
I find your pessimism trying, Commissar. Let us take Yarrick's example. He inspired us, and in turn, we inspire the men of Acheron.
Captain Carone.
Colonel Carone. It's good to see you again, Commander, and your Commissar. After we separated, my men and I made for Acheron. The season of fire comes. Even the Orcs will struggle with the conditions then. And there are reports that the warp storms are... Here they come! Get ready!
I don't think they knew how the wah thing worked there. It just looked like a bunch of growling. So control at least 5 victory hexes. So the other option here with the Hades is doomed to fall, but at least now we have a small time frame to evacuate. Come with us, Commissar.
I stay, along with a few other brave souls ready to commit their lives to the Emperor. I gave my word that Hades will not fall. I don't intend to break it. Now go. Acheron will doubtless be under attack soon. I need someone mildly competent there to help defend it. You surprised me, Commander. The crucible of war often fashions great men out of the shoddiest materials, and maybe you're one of them.
Such a backhanded compliment.
Kill them all!
Hello!
Yet again, Commander, I am forced...
I find your
Captain Cor...
Alright, these are the same audios from before. So control at least 5 victory hexes until the reinforcements come, so you can lose one of them. But as you can see, you've got multiple choke points here. And I don't really have anybody to be able to hold the front line. I do have 1,000 more resources. So I think what I need to do is, and I didn't really try this on my other missions, but it's like Ogrins are quite powerful. So the regular Ogrin squad has 45 armor, they lose 6 armor when you become a veteran squad, but then their initiative is a lot higher, as is their attacks and movement, accuracy I should say. So part of me wants to use regular Ogrins to try to hold the line since they have a little slightly more armor, but then the question is how much is really 6 armor? And if the Ogrins' initiative is so much higher, can I have them attack with range and possibly kill some units to suffer less losses? The other option would be could I do something to try to set up some overwatches? Or reaction fire, I guess. Fire support, I think is the term that they use. Because it's like the snipers are good, but they're probably going to get taken out. I could make very strong Ogrins by having some of these guys that are very high level get turned into Ogrins. But then I suspect I'm just going to get blown up by artillery at range. And therefore, does it really make a lot of sense to have my most powerful units just soaking up artillery fire instead of shooting as a sniper? And each one of these locations is going to need a salamander to restore morale. Those must be the bodyguard rocket launchers down there. I do think the Ogrins are the way to go. And then, because I want to make sure that they have the fire, I mean, technically if I put the machine gun there, it should work. Griffins, if I convert them to Griffins, then they'll have the indirect fire support. The Medusa does not. Oh, the Medusa is the anti-vehicle one. The Griffin is the indirect fire support. So maybe what I'll do is I'll do that, and then it should hopefully be able to shoot. I'll convert you to the Ogrin squad. So I think I'm going to want a Wyvern at every location to try to set up some shots here. If I turned you into an Ogrin, you're like that. I'm just going back and forth because it's like, if I... let's do Griffin. Here. I've got you. I just can't make up my mind with the Ogrins and the artillery. Because I feel like we should for sure... I think this should work, right? Here, let's convert you there. That gets you 500, then I can get another Griffin. I can put the other Griffin here. I've got you there. So that now has one at every location. And I have these guys here. And then we have an Ogryn squad on the other side. So I think this is how we're going to deploy our forces. So I'm going to call quits here for the day. I hope you're enjoying these videos. If you are, please give my channel a like and subscribe. Encouraging me to post more content for you. Have a great day.